tampered with, that there was some type of a compromised integrity of our electoral system. It is our representatives who are actually supposed to ensure that our democracy is preserved and upheld. Tom Cotton making this decision to say,
what you doing,
I
bud?
want to study, but I
Sleepy
will not
boy.
go ahead and question the balance of electoral colleges. He's going to find out very quickly that patriots are coming to play, and he will be lucky. He wants to do a 2024 run. He'll be lucky to maintain his seat in this very next Senate release if he's not going to go ahead and stand up for the Conservative Party.
Now, there have been a number of times, of course, in the past when Congress has voted and passed legislation to impact the federal election system: 1957, 1960, 1964, 65, 68, 70, 1975, 80, and 82. And that's just the recent ones. We could go back in time as well. Tom Cotton, the difference between him and someone like Mitt Romney is Tom Cotton has traditionally supported President Trump, but why is he not supporting him now?
It makes no sense at all to me. I don't know if he's trying to separate himself to be a moderate Republican. I don't know if he thinks that by not challenging this, it's going to somehow help to support the Senate runoff, which is before this actual challenge in place. Bottom line is, I don't know if he's worried about, look, you got Senator Ted Cruz, who's really stepped up, who's been now accused of sedition and treason and all this. And in my opinion, it's more seditious and more treasonous for elected officials not to ensure that our electoral process is preserved than it is to actually go out and challenge this. There is nothing wrong, as you pointed out many times. As far as setting a precedence, he needs to understand the Trump movement, the conservative movement. Again, I always talk about the Republican Party. It's a repository. It's not an actual thing that's nothing more to keep the conservative ideals. It's a coalition. If he's not going to get on board, protect and ensure that our conservative ideals and our democracy is protected, then he's no longer should be a part of this Republican Party. And the Patriots will sound out. Again, it is more seditious and treasonous of Cotton not to support our conservative needs than it is to go ahead and have someone like Ted Cruz, the 11 others who may not have the numbers, but at least we know where they stand as Americans.
Yeah, a lot of the point of this is getting it out there so the American public knows. I mean, we've seen a reluctance from state legislatures and the judiciary to pick up these cases. They haven't done that in the past. Maybe that's what's holding them back here. Go ahead.
Biden wants to ensure that this election is not going to be
Hi, pretty girl.
as far as legitimacy. Joe Biden should be stepping up and saying, I myself, the rest of my party, will support a challenge on this. Let us certify the votes after all has been put to sleep. We need to know as the American people it's a legitimate process, and whoever sits in that Oval Office stand by the people, for the people, for we the people.
Now, that's an important point, because you would think if Joe Biden actually wanted any kind of mandate to do anything
Mr.
while
Orange
he's
is over here.
the chief executive of this country, he would want this information to be out there, get it all put to bed once and for all. Now, a recent Reuters poll conducted last month shows that 39% of the people polled, including 67% of Republicans, but here's the key point here, Corey, 17%, 20% of Democrats said they were concerned that the election was rigged. 20% of Democrats, almost. We're short 3% there. But don't you think we should, that's enough to want to get to the bottom of this?
Again, when you have that large of a percentage of your party who is also questioning legitimacy and whether or not our elections were compromised, and you've got 70% of Republicans who are doing the exact same thing, that's enough Americans, given that there were 75 million people who voted for President Trump, largest turnout in president's history.
What you doing, boys? Puppies. Puppies.
If I am the elected official, I'm going to win in a free and fair way, challenge away, count it, hand ballot it, go back to the polls, whatever you have to do. I want to ensure my presidency is legitimate. But we know Biden doesn't want this. Neither does the Democratic Party, who's going to try and make the same attempt there in Georgia come tomorrow.
Corey Mills, we'll see you around. Great to see you. Happy New Year again. Look forward to talking to you again, of course, in the near future. All right, coming up, Nancy Pelosi was narrowly reelected as Speaker of the House yesterday, and we mean by the narrowest of margins. We'll discuss that and the lack of gendered pronouns now in the House of Representatives. Dan O'Donnell, Ari Hoffman, join us next. Don't go away.
What is that? What is that, Mr. Green? Hi, buddy. You're so big. A big boy. Him's a big boy. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Hi.
Nobody move. Oh no. That's Fiends. Download free. Best friends without VR. Best Fiends.
Look, this isn't my first rodeo. And let me tell you something. I wouldn't
move this up. So let's just get as many people 80% immunized as possible, as quickly as possible. And then we can take a deep breath and give them the second shot, even if it's